Jamal Lewis Whyou TV. Today I'm here to talk to you about life path number 3. I love life path number 3. 3 is one of the most fun, jovial, optimistic, loving, playful, talented, comedic types of energies. If you look at the 3 itself, it kind of has that kind of squiggly line to it. So 3s are just like that, a little bit squiggly. Nothing too rigid about them, nothing too set about them. They're the ones that if you call them up at the last minute and be like, hey, you want to go to Vegas with me tomorrow? And they'd be like, sure, let's go. 3s are always ready to go have fun. And so 3s, the energy is a childlike energy. They're usually found in comedy and drama and music and anything that's creative. They're usually good in 1 or 3 areas when it comes to creativity. The creativity with writing, creativity with concepts, mental concepts, or creativity with words. 3s, you will usually find them being very creative in any of those particular areas. Now, let's talk a little bit about some of the not so good side. Well, I guess the areas that 3s have the most room for evolution and development, because there's nothing really good or bad about a number. It's just that every number has its area for development and its strengths, and every number has the opposite side of it, because everything in this universe is diametrically opposed, which gives it reality here, right? And so 3s can be scattered, just like that. Again, it can be scattered, and so sometimes whenever they are working to complete a project, it's really important for them to focus in, lock in, and get it done. 3 is also a mental number, so 3s can analyze and think and be victims of what we call sometimes paralysis by analysis. Stuck in the thought over and over and over and over, and processing over and over and over and over and over, and getting more certifications and getting more stamps and approvals and everything else, but never really taking an action to get things done. 3, sometimes they could be not so good with their money, because this real positive, like carefree to the wind attitude, I live in the present moment, it doesn't make them lean towards saving for the future, for down the road, for next year, for retirement, for any of that stuff, right? And the reason being is because they live in the present as a childlike energy. So children are like, they think about right now, hey, I want to go play. They're not thinking about, well, I got to play, and then tomorrow what's going to happen, or next week what's going to happen. I want to play now. I want to hang out now, right? So that's 3 energy. You'll be lucky to have a 3 friend. If you ever feel down or anything like that, call your 3 friend. They'll say something or do something to make you laugh. And sometimes 3s don't always manifest in this particular way exactly. Obviously, a lot of these things are general things you would find with 3s, but there's also other numbers that manifest within your chart. And so we'll cover more numbers, and we'll see how those numbers fit in the overall story that all the numbers tell. All right. By the way, if they ever make like inappropriate jokes, just because they always like to be center stage, they always like attention. Again, like kids, is a childlike energy, not childish, but childlike energy. Let me think of anyone that is famous. 2 people that I could think of off the top of my head that are famous, that are 3s, are one is Celine Dion, and the other one is Rihanna. Riri. Right. She has that song, Rihanna has that song, work, 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 work. But if you look at her, she's like really playing. She's having fun. That's how 3s do it. If she were a 1, she would be singing about Rihanna, or she'd be singing about herself and what she is. But instead, she sings about everything else, and she's just a part of the music. She's a part of the instrumentation. She's a part of the element. And when it goes, she goes with it. And so this is how 3s are about creative self-expression, expressing self. They're not always real tactful and diplomatic. They just sometimes say stuff. And it's just because, they don't always think, they just kind of say stuff sometimes. So anyways, I guess a challenge, or people asked what would be a life lesson to have for them. I guess one would be for them to be aware of positive expression, and because they're about self-expression, and to be aware of times where they might find themselves not on the strong side of a three, but on the shady side of the three, where they might not be expressing self in a positive light. So one of the life lessons for them is to express self in a positive manner, and to try to stay focused and balanced emotionally, because they could be sensitive emotionally as well. So anyways, if you're a three, or if you have any three vibrations, it will resonate with you. Some, like I said, some things might not in particular areas, and that's because you have other numbers that are in your chart that have other bearing on you as well. But if that's your life path, more than likely the majority of what I said would make some sense to you, and you should be able to feel that. All right. So if you're three, or if you like threes, or you're dating a three, you want to know about threes, have fun. If you like the video, subscribe. I'm gonna put a whole bunch more up, and as the days come forward. Thanks, Jamal Lewis. Peace.